Hello, my name is Camden Herman. I'm in Professor Drain's class, English 201. I'll be covering drinking and driving. Arguably, one of the biggest issues in America that has been persistent over the past couple of decades is drinking and driving. Each year, more than 10,000 people die from drinking and driving incidents, and a lot of these people are innocent bystanders that are caught off guard by someone that was too selfish to find another way home. It's a dire need that something changes in order to save these lives as well as benefit public safety. There are several solutions to this horrific problem, but the one I chose to focus on is lowering the legal blood alcohol content to 0.05. It's also very important that people start to realize and understand how serious this problem really is. Action needs to be taken so innocent lives can be saved, and so something needs to be done in order to save these lives and improve public safety. Informing the public could save a large amount of lives, but lowering the BAC would make it easier to monitor at bars when it comes to identifying people that are trying to drive after they've been drinking too much. People would also be less likely to risk drinking and driving when it's much easier for them to blow over a lower legal limit. It's important to recognize that crash risk greatly increases at 0.02%, and that because of this, it would be smarter for the legal limit to just be pushed down. Starting at 0.02, driving skills that are affected include speed, time, and frequency of overtaking, braking, steering, and determining the distance with other vehicles. Lane position, line crossing, number of crashes, and speed deviation and time at maximum speed are also other factors that are affected when you are drinking and driving. Alcohol intake can also impair neurological and cognitive functions. Furthermore, can lead to an increase in reaction time to potential hazards and a decline in short-term memory of drivers. Next, I'll talk about why this issue is so important to me. Pictured on the screen is my cousin Hillary Brock. She was killed in a drinking and driving incident. That's why I'm advocating so hard for the public to be informed and that changes to be happen. I'll read a news report from WTXL from Decatur County. We know the identities of the 3 people killed in the crash in Decatur County. Troopers believe the accident happened around 1 a.m. They say 23-year-old James Goodman of Bainbridge was driving east on Lake Douglas Road when he ran off the road into the woods, hitting an oak tree. 22-year-old Jordan Harris of Climax was ejected. Another passenger, 22-year-old Hillary Brock of Bainbridge, also died. Troopers say alcohol was a factor. They were also called to the scene shortly after 2 p.m. Saturday after someone passing by noticed skid marks on the road, then discovered the wrecked vehicle. Troopers say no one was wearing their seatbelts. Alcohol is believed to be a factor in the crash. Going through this with my family was a very tough time, and I wish it upon nobody, but unfortunately it still happens every single day. Next, I'll show a video of someone in a similar situation and how it also devastated them.
On the way to see his mom, 24-year-old Anthony Thompson was killed, hit head-on by a suspected drunk driver. One of the more than 10,000 alcohol-impaired fatalities that happen on the road every year in the U.S. Ottawa Kiriton is a sheriff's deputy and Thompson's mother.
What I'm going through is indescribable. It's devastating. It's heartbreaking.
A third of all traffic deaths are connected to drinking. Now a new study recommends the blood alcohol level for all drivers should be lowered from 0.08 to 0.05.
Impairment begins at levels actually far below 0.05. It's difficult for people to detect what their level of impairment is and to realize that they are driving while impaired.
The report from the National Academy of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine also urges changes on how liquor is bought and how much it costs. Researchers say higher taxes could reduce the number of fatal crashes. The report also suggests the number of outlets that sell liquor, like supermarkets, bars, and restaurants, should be restricted.
If God took one life and I can save 1 million, that's what I'm going to do.
Tonight, a sobering reality and a drive for change on the road. Miguel Almaguer, NBC News, Los Angeles.
I hate seeing people go through this, especially after already going through this. That's why I think it's even more important to lower the BAC to 0.05. Several or many countries around the world have already had a BAC of 0.05 and have seen a great decrease in the amount of DWIs and DUIs, including Taiwan and Sweden, and there's further studies into those. But next I'll further explain why 0.05 should be the new BAC, along with a counter argument through a video.
Don't drive. Richard Mallow of Mothers Against Drunk Driving says lowering the blood alcohol content sends this dramatic statement.
0.08, you have about 4 alcoholic beverages and you're considered drunk, impaired. It reduces your ability to concentrate, short-term memory loss, difficulty controlling speed, reduced information processing in the brain. You're impaired.
Paul Guideri is an attorney who deals with DWI cases all the time. He says he believes lowering to 0.05 would cast too wide a net and take away the severity of a DWI charge.
When we talk about a DWI, we are talking about a potential criminal conviction, something that does have an impact on people's ability to get jobs and things of that nature.
He says even with Uber and Lyft, this may discourage people from going out.
When we're talking about a 0.05, we're effectively talking about 2 to 3 drinks. I think there's a significant economic impact that we're going to see as well from, I guess, the hospitality industry.
Kevin Roman owns Rochester restaurant and bar, The Old Toad. He says he believes his business would be impacted by this change.
I feel like if some people want to go out to have a good time, they shouldn't have to worry about having one drink possibly and maybe getting arrested or, getting pulled over.
But Guideri agrees with Mallow on one thing.
If you're going to drink, don't drive. And if you're going to drive, don't drink.
The counter arguments addressed here were that the severity of the crime of a DUI or DWI wouldn't be as bad, but if it saved a life, I think that the job is still well done. And the bar owner claimed that it would hurt the economy and the business, but at the same time, I feel like life saved is still a much better outcome than the alternative. Finally, drinking and driving is an issue that is destroying not only lives but the entire world. Action needs to be taken not only to change the laws or ideas, but potentially just informing the public could greatly benefit this problem. Something that needs to be done before more lives are taken is lowering the BAC to 0.05. Public safety needs to be a thought in everyone's mind, and of course, it's always important to drink responsibly. Thank you.